Hi, I'm John Miglosh, and we're going to continue our series of making money with data. This week, my mother wrote me. She said, I watched all your videos and I still don't know how to make money with data. Okay, so we're going to do a little more foundational work today, and we're going to talk about direct marketing. Okay? And we're going to talk about how does this funnel down into making money. Okay? Now, I worked in an ad agency in the late 80s, and they would do direct mail, they would do TV, they would see the sales go up when they ran a commercial, they would see nothing happen when they didn't. They said, see, we're doing direct response, we're doing direct marketing, right? We do something, something happens, and there you go. They said, well, how is what you're talking about different than what we're doing? And I thought that was a very good question, very perceptive. See, the definition of direct marketing focuses on one main thing, which is measurable response. So I have a mailing piece here that just came, and it has a nice big toll-free number. We used to call them Watts numbers, 800 numbers. Anyway, nice and big. You know when you look at this, you see this side, you don't know what it is, it's the teaser side. You look at the other side, and you know that they want you to call. You may not know anything else, but they want you to call, okay? So that is designed to generate a measurable response. Is this direct marketing? You know, it's hard to tell. Can't tell, really. Can't tell yet. Why? Well, because there's so many things that can be measured. I sat down with one of my clients about a year ago, and their IT guy, their web guy, was showing me the click-throughs and the impressions and the duration on the site, and he was telling me all these metrics that they keep an eye on. And I said, but is your campaign working? And he didn't even know what I meant. You know, he didn't understand gross margin or cost of the media or overhead or any of the economics of actually making money in a business. He was so focused on measuring things that he completely lost sight of whether he's making any money, which you won't find too often in direct mail. But back to the ad agency, the tricky part is that we've got this cloud. This is the cloud, and we're inside the cloud, okay? And we're trying to decide what kind of cell phone to buy. And so Samsung runs this great ad about people standing in line for the iPhone, and they make the point that their Android phone is more high-tech and that only old people use the iPhone. But anyway, let's say I change over to Samsung, and there might be reasons to do that. Which of those 1,000 commercials that I've seen causes me to part with my money? Okay? Don't know. Does Samsung know? Probably not. And that's okay, because they just figure if I get enough impressions blasting this guy, that I will get him eventually. Now, of course, Apple's doing the same thing, and actually, I don't see ads for HTC, so I don't know how I ever managed to get that one. But anyway, so what can we do? Does direct marketing give us any clue into what we can do to sort this out? Well, yes, I believe it does. What we have in direct marketing is we have our universe, okay, our universe of people we're after. So maybe Galaxy's after people 25 to 55, high income, high education. Okay, that kind of looks like what they're after. Maybe a little younger than that, but let's just say. Okay, inside of that, we're going to do a direct marketing campaign. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to do something that generates a measurable response. Yeah, so we're going to create something that we can measure. But we're going to say, let's do something different. Let's do what we've always done to group A. Maybe we just have TV commercials that are running, and we'll put a response device, like us on Facebook or something. And we'll do B, we'll do something new. We're going to do a new radical medium like direct mail. okay? We're going to do a mailer to these people. And we're going to, well, now, the premise is, that would probably not be a great illustration. Probably be better to do a mailing piece. Why? Because we can guarantee that it gets you in every other person. When you mix media, it's much more difficult. So if back to direct marketing, we want to create an experiment. That's really what we're after here. Okay, so back to thinking like a direct marketer here. I'm saying, well, if we wanted to analyze creative approach, okay, we'll have an anti-Apple mailing and we'll have a pro-Galaxy mailing, okay? And it gets a little more refined even than that. You know, when I've done really careful tests, we've made them look so identical so that we can make sure that only the piece that we're trying to test is different. Everything else the same. I did a catalog test where I changed, it was for imprinted merchandise, and all I did was change the logos on the merchandise. The catalogs look identical. I took it to a DMA conference, a couple of hundred people in the audience. I put the slide up, I said, what is the difference between cover A and cover B? And when you see the difference, raise your hand. And I bet only about a half the audience after a minute could even raise their hand. It was that subtle. And you say, well, if it's that subtle, how could it make a difference in the campaign? Well, it was a 40% difference. We mailed 300,000 pieces of one cover, 300,000 pieces of the other cover. No other change in the book. Not one word of copy, not one price difference, nothing different. 40% difference. Okay, this stuff actually matters. So what we do is we do something different here, and we're very careful to know what we're doing different. And if you don't know how to do this, you call up an old junk mailer and he'll tell you how to do it. Okay? Now, how does this work in this sea of social media and mass media and all the rest of the stuff? Well, it's like this. The cloud is out here now. Okay, so we got the cloud here, and the cloud is still impinging and impacting our audience and our universe, but what's great about it is that it's affecting our audience equally. Okay, so it cancels itself out, and what we are allowed to do is see, given that we set it up right, see the difference between approach A and approach B. The way you make money with data, the way you make money with marketing, is you change the audience. So, you know, long term, we're going to take different pieces of that universe, and we're going to find ways so that people say, I get it. I get what they're after. They're talking about me. I want that product. We either affect the audience and its relationship to the universe, the market, who do we go after, or we affect the message, okay? And the message can change the results dramatically. Both of those things matter. The only way that you can really figure this out is if you're doing direct marketing. And so it's not enough to have mountains of data. It's not enough to have the fanciest modeling techniques and tools. You have to be able to set it up right. You have to cancel out the noise. You have to do a field valid scientific experiment. And that's the magic of direct marketing, because in direct marketing, and only in direct marketing, can you isolate the causal variables. So now you know how to make money with data. I'm John Miglash. Have fun with your data.